What up, dudes? New topic. This one comes from Shocking Shockwave. Hey, Ryan, I'm a new subscriber. Thank you for subscribing, Shocking Shockwave. So I don't know if you did a video on this, but what's your opinion on buying consoles on day one and buying consoles later? You know, the advantages and the disadvantages. I read this and I was like, how come no one's ever submitted that one before? Good idea. Consoles, man, buying them versus day one versus not buying them. I think it's like kind of self-explanatory. You really don't need to watch this topic to know the advantages and disadvantages. I mean, buying at day one, you're an early adopter. When you're an early adopter of technology, you're making a lot of early sacrifices. You're paying extra for possibly something that's going to be inferior very, very soon. You're just spending extra money, basically. It's just all you're doing, more or less. I mean, you're doing it to enjoy it right then and there. I mean, especially, if maybe to be more specific in terms of consoles, the advantage of waiting later is that, you're waiting for the library to expand. You're waiting for the games to possibly become more affordable. So you've got good games, you've got affordable games, you've got possibly better hardware. You can buy a revised PS4 or PS3 or 360 or whatever, right? You're buying hardware that's possibly going to be more reliable, less, uses less power, less wattage, doesn't overheat or something like that. All the hardware kinks and bugs are ironed out at that point. You're waiting for, especially with modern consoles, when you buy it later, you've got great features right off the bat, so you're not waiting for certain features that if you buy day one you're not getting right away. I mean, the advantages and disadvantages are kind of like night and day, basically. When you are buying at day one, you're a big fan of games and you're just jumping right in because you're very excited. And that's the thing with me, at least, is that I absolutely always buy consoles day one, no matter what the advantages and disadvantages are, which is what I've just told you. I'll always buy a console day one, and that's only because I'm just such a huge fan of games, you know what I'm saying? And with consoles, they're only every 4 or 5 years, and with 360 and PS3, they overstayed their welcome with 7-8 plus years of staying on the market until we had new consoles. So I just think this is ignorant of me to say, but I find it crazy to think, why wouldn't you buy a console day one when they only happen how many years every so often? You know what I'm saying? And even if it's super expensive, like even the PlayStation 3 when it came out and it was $600, I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like, it only happens how often in your entire lifetime, basically. I just think it's like crazy to not get a console day one, because it's like, oh dude, like I get too excited, like I just have to go out and get it. Like I know I'm like making the sacrifices of not getting features day one, not having a lot of games to play. I'm paying the premium there, but I don't know, I can't help it. Like I get way too excited. I think it's crazy to not get a console day one, especially if you are like a crazy fun console gamer. I understand the aspect of saying like, oh well, you don't have enough money. You don't have enough money, that's fine, that's absolutely fine. But if you're the kind of person that you have money and it's not that expensive and crazy and out of the realms of your pocket to spend the extra money to get a console day one, I don't see why you wouldn't. But that's just me. That's just me being game crazy and loving games way too much. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are the advantages and disadvantages. And that's the thing, is that when you do buy a console later on, I mean, it really does pay off to buy a console later. I mean, now I'm saying like, oh, why wouldn't you get a console day one? But it really makes a whole lot of sense if you do wait, because if you were to say, I have people that message me all the time and they'll say like, hey, should I get like a PlayStation 3? I've never had a PlayStation 3. I've joined, the PlayStation sort of ecosystem with PS4 and everything. I was a 360 guy. Should I get a PS3? And my answer to that is, if you have the time, absolutely, why wouldn't you get a PS3? It's like the best time to get one, essentially, because they're super affordable. You've got super reliable hardware. I mean, slim PlayStation 3s, super slim PlayStation 3s, awesome piece of hardware. Like these things will just run for hours on end, no problems whatsoever. And you've got this vast library of games. I mean, it's not even PlayStation 3. It's an awesome time to buy any sort of old console. Assuming you're not buying one that is super, super old and it's super costly to get their games. But, PlayStation 3, a PlayStation 2, an N64, or a GameCube, an original Xbox. I mean, dirt cheap hardware, dirt cheap games. I mean, this also applies to if you're a PC gamer and there's a Steam sale and there's all these incredible deals. It's like, if you've got the time, which now that we're talking Steam, you never have the time to buy all the games that you end up, or to play all the games that you end up buying. But it's just like, if you have the time and you certainly have the extra cash, dude, absolutely go and do it, because you're just gonna it's just a great investment. especially if you are that kind of person who is sort of thrifty and you are cheap and you don't, want to spend that much money. Dude, you can get so much good games, so many good platforms for a really affordable price if you wait. And especially PlayStation 3, it's got all these great features now. I mean, if you bought a PS3 day one, you really were the early adopter in that sense. Sometimes it pays off being an early adopter in a very small circumstance. I mean, so I just thought of this now, like with PlayStation 3, if you bought a PS3 day one, yeah, you paid $600, but with PS3, again, a rare scenario here. You got the flash reader, the card readers on the PlayStation 3, you got the 4 USB ports, and of course you got backwards compatibility for PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1. So in rare circumstances, it actually is good to be an early adopter, but not often that does pay off. And even if you are still the kind of person that wants to wait and get your hardware later, there's always eBay. There's always Craigslist. You can always go and you can easily find an OG PlayStation 3 with all the features you want and things like that. It's just kind of one of those things where you got to be like you got to be a good shopper. You got to know where to look. You got to know when to buy. And I think it's fair to say that for a lot of us, we can easily do that. Actually, a little pro tip for some of the younger kids out there that don't have credit cards, debit cards, things like that to buy things online, like on Amazon or something. Amazon gift cards. Totally, if you are the kind of person that really wants to order something online or something, Amazon gift cards. I'm not sure if are there eBay gift cards or like PayPal gift cards? I'm sure there's something along that line where you can do that, but there's basically a way to sort of cheat your way into placing an order online. That's what I used to do before I got a credit card and things like that. So just a little pro tip there if you do want to do some like online shopping and things like that, because that is usually the best place to like try and find some of these things. But that's what I would do. I think the only disadvantage there is that if you do have to like do a return, or if you want to get your money back or something, I guess it's kind of hard because it's a gift card or something like that. I haven't completely looked into it, but that is what I did back when I was a little bit younger. Either way, shocking Shockwave, thank you so much for the topic, and I'm glad you're a new subscriber. Hopefully you're still watching and you actually are watching your own topic here. But I'm still dying, guys. If you have a topic for online gaming, I suggest you all submit it in the comments below, and hopefully it's a good one like this one, man. Like, I read this and I was like, what? How come people have not submitted this before? That means there's millions of topics that have not been submitted yet. I know for a fact. So it's just a matter of you guys actually doing it. Get off your lazy asses and send me some good shit, man. That does it for me in this video, and I'll see you all in my next one. Take it easy, guys.